Welcome back to the Alpha Nerd Podcast. I'm your main host, Kyle, along with my two movie and cinema co-hosts, Dan and Greg. How are you guys?
I'm okay.
You know how we're doing.
How are you, Greg?
How are you doing?
I'm good, Dan. How are you?
I'm fine,
okay.
too. Thanks for asking.
How are you, Kyle?
I'm alive.
Shut up.
So,
Let's get into that.
let's start off. We're going to start this off a little different than normal. We're going to start it off with the Wheel of Misfortune. We're going to, once again, like in our video game section.
How's this working, though? We never figured it out.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Are you making this up? Because there's no labeling on it.
Yeah, there is. Right there.
It doesn't say the Wheel of Misfortune anywhere.
Yeah, well, okay.
Well, yeah, all right.
Whatever.
That's not
One
on there
small oversight. Whatever. It's got our logo on it. Like, it is what it
It's a
is.
very keen logo. Who
Cheetah did that one. She put that on
now.
there.
Or you think he did that?
No, I didn't. I knew he didn't do it. I was the one who did it.
Cheetah did it.
I knew it wasn't him.
She's my most advantageous fan.
You mean most critical?
Very much.
Yes, very much so, and I appreciate her criticism. So, I guess the best thing we can do right now is play rock paper scissors.
Oh, that's
who
that
picks for who?
garbage hand sanitizer.
It is. So I guess we'll start with a rock paper scissors real quick to see who's picking for
what
who.
Are we doing? A three-way rock, paper, scissors?
Yeah.
You pick for Greg. You pick for me. Greg picks for you, and I'll pick for somebody. I don't care.
You'll pick for
Well,
Greg.
that would be me. That would.
Yeah.
I'm the only one left in this scenario. What do you mean, somebody?
Somebody.
You're now somebody.
Yeah,
I
right.
don't need a pick.
All right. So,
I don't need a pick.
who would
I don't
like to
care.
get their pick first?
I'll go first.
All right.
Which way should I spin it?
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Oh, should I do?
Give it a good spin. There you go. Now we're on this.
I probably got.
Art house. So now take some time by the end of
What
the
does
time.
that mean, though?
I don't know. Find one. You have internet. Here,
Oh, I got it.
something art housey.
I have to watch something Art House.
Yes.
This is gonna be fun.
I know. Find the most pretentious French film you can
It's
find.
your choice. You don't have to.
No, it's
No.
your choice.
It is?
Yeah, you choose for him.
Independent.
Ooh.
Kyle gets an independent.
Independent film. I have to watch an independent film. Whoa.
Someone involving Stellan Skarsgård and stands on the beach. Because a lot of the stuff when he was younger, you see like stands on the beach with his lips pursed and looking handsome and stuff, and holding a lady on his side. That's all he did because he's from Sweden.
His eyes are very creepy.
Yeah, he is. So he's like kind of creepy. But
Like
kinda,
his eyes are very creepy.
All right, here we go. My pick.
Okay, I'm gonna get like I don't know horror.
Wild card. Yes.
Yes. Wild card, frowny face for
You're gonna
Dan.
get the worst anime of all time.
I'm gonna find something.
You're gonna get Winnie
So-
the Pooh. Blood
So
and
now,
Honey.
You guys, fine. I'll watch it if you want me to.
okay,
I don't think
so,
it's out.
So what I will do is by the end of the show, the last 5 minutes, we're gonna figure out our picks for each other. All right. So let's talk about Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Go ahead, Greg. You're the one who found all this, so we're gonna let you tell the story.
All right. So Winnie the Pooh is now public domain. They no longer have their copyrights. So as of January 1st, 2022, it was public domain. So let me look up the name of the director. Amber Doig Thorne came up with Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey. Apparently the plot is Christopher Robin goes off to college and no longer provides Pooh and Piglet with food, which I didn't know was an actual thing.
I don't think that's actually a thing. He made that up.
But either way,
Right. Yeah, I don't think that that's an actual thing in the show, but you know,
or the books.
Well, they just kind of assumed he had food because it's a children's book,
Right.
So
Yeah.
this
so
is a survivalist story. It's not like a prequel of Lord of the Flies or something.
so now Pooh and Piglet become feral. They revert back to their natural stages, and they go around the city killing people and eating them. Apparently, that's the whole gist of the story. But the pictures are hilarious.
Oh yeah.
It's just a dude in a Winnie the Pooh mask with a red T-shirt on. Piglet looks like a wild boar.
Actually, I saw an actual pig with that face. It's from Indonesia. It's like a wild boar from Indonesia.
It's like a warthog, right?
Kind of. Except that you had those extra ones.
Oh yeah.
that are
Okay.
different from a warthog.
But yeah, so they become feral, and they just start hunting people down to eat them. I guess it's gonna be a good one.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be a good one.
Although I think the whole first scene that you showed me was behind his house.
Oh, without a doubt, that is 100% in the alleyway. It was shot in like 13 hours. The whole movie was shot in like 13 hours, from what I see. It's gonna be a doozy.
Oh, it's gonna be.
But it's
terrible.
this is right up Kyle's wheelhouse, though. This is like what he lives for.
Right. They probably added like.
I mean, I have other things to live for, but not
Like,
much.
Added public domain movie clips in there somewhere.
Like movie wise, though, this is what he lives for. Like he likes those the killer couch, killer sofa, and what was the one with the priest that
Velocipaster.
Like it's like this is up Kyle. This is in Kyle's domain.
Velocipaster?
Yeah,
I think you
Velocipaster.
told me about that one. That's ridiculous.
Whew.
I don't know. It's definitely going to be a. It's going to be a horror.
It's gonna be a movie.
It's going to be a horror film.
It's gonna be a movie. We're gonna see it.
It'd be a movie with
Stuff in it.
I don't know how you feel about it.
Oh, I'm all for it. Once I saw it and you showed it to me, I was like, okay, this is my life's about this now. So,
I'm trying to find an art house film that's not super nichey. Not like
No,
so
it's-
niche that's like, I don't know, Swedish lizard owners like it or something. I don't know.
I can't wait. I get a text from Greg. Just ... I'm not playing the wheel no more.
I'm not going to do that.
Oh, no, I'll watch whatever. I mean, the whole purpose of it is to kind of.
Broaden your
Yeah, to
horizons
get people out,
and have
to
fun
get-
at each other's expense.
Right. Kyle
Oh.
already has fun at my expense as it is.
Yes. Oh man.
How
Oh,
about-
have you
how about
watched? Have you watched The Lighthouse?
Yes, the black and white one with
Yeah.
Willem Dafoe. Yes, I
Yeah.
have.
the guy did Northman did that.
Yes.
I heard mixed reviews on the North. I didn't get to watch it yet.
Neither have I.
I've heard mixed reviews on it.
Yeah, I haven't.
Some people were like, "Yeah, it's boring."
Because it's just a
people-
standard revenge movie. So I can't imagine it set the world on fire. So
You ever seen Clockwork Orange before?
ooh, that's a good one. That's actually a really good
Yeah,
one.
that might be my choice because I like that movie.
Yeah, that's actually a really good one for you to watch. It's
All right.
that's a one that almost everyone should watch. So my last trip I went with to play Magic, we got into debates of like celebrity crushes and movie character crushes and stuff like that when we were kids because we somehow got in that subject. So I figured we could bring that up now because I feel like this would be interesting between the three of us.
You know who my crush is.
Yes, but I'm talking about movie crush, like character-wise, not just actress. It has to be.
I don't know if I have one of those.
You don't remember those when you were a kid? You had that one. I do.
Well, who
The
was
one-
it?
My very first character that I remember, Jessica Rabbit.
Oh, yeah, I do remember you telling me that.
That was
That
my.
is really boring.
That was my child. Yes, it is boring. I'm just saying.
Really?
Jessica Rabbit.
Is anybody not?
The chick from Cool World was also
Same thing.
fair enough.
I would have been surprised if you said Brad Pitt in that movie, but you know.
Do you want to do a horror movie, independent, or do you want to do
Whatever you want to do. You find one that looks interesting.
I'm just trying to find one that doesn't look
Independent
like
means
total garbage.
Yeah, you don't have to find total garbage.
I don't want to.
That's
I'm
what the
just saying,
frowny
I'm not-
face is
I'm not
for.
trying. I'm trying not to find one that's total
Because
garbage.
I'm looking at one called Mac and Me from 1988. It was a ripoff of E.T.
But I
I think I've
feel
seen that.
a rip off of ET.
Oh, man.
I don't know if I had a
Is that the
specific.
one with the weird Muppet thing?
I don't know if I had a specific
I don't remember
character.
that.
He kind of looked dumb.
And orange, he's like, so he kind of look like mac and cheese.
I kind of remember.
Okay.
I don't. You'd have to give me some time to think. I don't.
Yeah,
think I
that's
had a-
wrong.
I have a
What about you,
specific
Dan?
Character.
What?
A specific movie character that, like,
No, I don't think. No.
no, I'm not playing this game.
There's no,
I'm gonna take my
there's
ball
no-
and go
there's no
home.
characters. That's just weird.
Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't
You don't
have
remember being a
character.
kid and just having that crush when you're a kid? Like, you didn't really.
Look, this is
make
why
that-
you're so much into cartoons, dude. I just couldn't reach that conclusion. You understand what I'm saying? I know they're cartoons. I might like them, but I know they're not real.
Yeah, well, I knew they weren't either, but
Are you sure?
maybe.
Yeah, I don't. Are we talking about actual cartoons? Or are we talking about like? I thought we were.
like-
I thought we were
like-
talking about like.
The
No, it can be
character,
anything.
It
Like
can be
the kid-
anything,
the
like
character that you had a
movies,
crush
like
on.
regular
Like
movies.
a common one when I was a kid was whatever her name is the girl in Labyrinth.
Oh yeah, yeah.
really?
The brunette.
Not for me personally, but for a lot of people when I was a kid.
Yeah, okay.
I don't remember anyone really saying.
Jennifer, her name's Jennifer.
But remember, Dan's older than us, so
But most people have seen Labyrinth before, or at least in our. You know,
Well, I wonder if they're ever going to come out with the second one.
well, David Bowie's dead, so
Well, they were
It'll be
supposed to,
less
they were
response.
supposed to do a second one,
yeah.
and they couldn't find anybody that wanted to replace David Bowie.
Oh, Jennifer Connelly, that was her.
yes.
She's married to a guy who played Vision in the Marvel movies.
Okay.
Paul Bettany.
Yes. So,
I can't say I don't have a character that I had a crush on specifically.
what about? We'll do the easy one. Actress.
You already know who mine is.
Go ahead.
Jennifer Aniston.
I figured.
Really?
Oh my god, yeah. I think she's hot as shit.
Remember, we
Good old
It is what it is at this point. Keep moving.
existence is malleable.
so Jennifer Aniston for you.
I don't know.
I used to have a huge crush on Carmen Electra.
I know you did. Come on, you never had an actress that you're like,
Not
oh,
one specifically.
Really?
Not
really? You never had an actress you're like, oh, I would give anything to meet her.
Actress?
Yes.
Whatever.
Or actor, you know.
Yes.
See, my thing with
I can't think of because you're speaking about when I was a kid, and that's I am.
No,
ancient.
it's not.
I am ancient. So
It could
it's
be
hard-
now too. It could
No,
be
it's,
now. too. We'll let
Jennifer Aniston's mine now, not when I was a kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah. See,
It's
I
Carmen Electra
didn't
when
think.
you were a kid.
Yeah, right. Pretty much.
Carmen Electra right now probably looks like a.
Shakira. I had a big thing for Shakira.
But she's not an actress.
Well,
But she is
she was a popular.
female
Yeah,
figure.
right. Yeah.
Well, she was an actress in wherever she's from. She must have been on some soap opera.
Probably, I'd imagine. See, the weird thing with Jennifer Aniston is that I didn't think that she was like great looking on Friends.
No,
As she got older, I thought
Yeah.
she got hotter.
yeah, she is like wine. She is. Oof.
I can't think of anybody specific. So
Oh, come on, Dave.
look, I watched a lot of movies, and I hardly ever pay attention to that.
Fair enough. Let's see.
What? Yeah. 2.
That's a whole different thing.
Generally, not movie actresses.
That's a whole different thing. Let's not talk about that.
I'm long past that concept. Maybe when you start out, yeah, maybe.
All right, moving along.
Moving along.
Why did you even think of that? Was that
I
just
don't
right
know.
now?
I was
Was that just
bored.
think-
My ADD. Miss Marvel.
You never know where we're going.
Yeah.
Oh no, I thought he had a plan this time.
I mean, the one episode you guys talked for like a half hour, and I just went in my own world.
well, yeah, I was.
You were talking about things I don't know.
Miss
about.
Marvel's not going to be a movie. It's going to be a
Series.
show.
Yeah, it's a TV show.
with a weird pink glowy fist for her powers for no reason,
Yes.
instead of being like Mr. Fantastic.
And I know none of these actress.
Well, she's supposed to be like I think a Pakistani
Yes.
American,
Yes.
or something like that. Lives in New Jersey.
Yeah. So this
I
is.
wonder if they have Lockjaw in it. Lockjaw's awesome.
Oh yeah, Lockjaw would be sweet. Lockjaw's a moon dog.
A
Can
what?
teleport.
He's a giant moon dog who can teleport.
A moon dog.
He basically looks like a bulldog, except he has a tuning fork on his head and he can teleport anywhere.
Oh, nice.
Pretty sweet.
Yeah, he's actually really useful in the.
He's really smart, but he can't talk. But he also has the same instincts as a dog, so that means.
I'm gonna chase his car, but I can.
Oh, all right.
Let me see. What picture did you shoot?
Just the general ones.
Oh, yeah, that's crazy looking. He looks more like a pit bull in that one.
Looks like he has a field goal post on his head.
Yeah, well, that's the
Doesn't even look like antennas.
Inhuman thing. That's an Inhuman thing. They all have like
supposed to be a
that.
tuning fork, I guess.
Yeah, well.
I don't know.
So it's gonna be weird. I don't know how good this is gonna be though with Miss Marvel. I don't think.
I haven't even seen the trailer.
I think they're just hitting a diversity quota for this one, and
Well, the comic was okay, except sometimes the supporting character is kind of overshadowed
yes,
her. Because her power is too much like Mr. Fantastic.
and she's not as smart. So yeah, it's probably gonna be a letdown, or it might be good. Who knows?
Are you excited for She-Hulk?
I was just about to bring Sex and the City, the Marvel show.
It's not quite the same.
It's not, but it feels like when you said that, as like I remember rewatching the trailer, and I'm like, it feels like that.
Mostly because she's not really fabulous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like put together like the characters in Sex and the City are
Yes.
by herself. That doesn't happen until she gets all big and green.
Yes. So what I'm feeling about this is I feel in between. Like it seems like the actress they chose, I don't think was the worst choice. I just think the CGI and everything else that's added onto it's not nearly as good as it should be. Like,
Well, the actress had to look like she's related to Ruffalo or whatever.
that's true. And Ruffalo's not a handsome man.
He's not?
Not compared to Fassbender.
Oh man, here we go.
Oh, I forgot about that. I forgot about your little mini crush on him.
Yes. So,
Mini
here's
man.
have they even shown who the villain's going to be, or what there's just going to be a?
No,
I think it's
haven't-
mostly going to be a personal drama.
I was
going
gonna
to
say,
her
I don't-
acceptance of having to be a superhero.
Yeah, I don't think there is a villain.
No, that's good.
I think it's more like a personal thing where
like
she.
she has to
'Cause-
accept it and move on with her life.
Because they
That's
actually wrote a
dumb.
novel for She-Hulk that I read when I was working for the library, and it's basically like she doesn't want to be a superhero. She just wants to be She-Hulk or whatever, running around, and then she has to get involved at the
Okay.
end because some lady wants to like blow up New York City like they always do.
especially in the Marvel universe. Okay, so I'm kind of lukewarm on that idea.
It might be okay,
It might be.
but it's hard. It's hard to write Hulk stories that are any good. It's kind of like writing for Superman because
There's only so much you can do.
Superman's easy to write for. It's
Yeah.
just most executives think that he's boring and no one will watch it, but no. It's like saying that Captain America's boring. He isn't
No,
really.
no, because he can actually just be shot.
So can Batman. If people shoot him in the face.
Yeah, but Batman's also not boring either. Yeah.
Well, for me personally, he's getting there, but
Yeah.
there's only some, especially after that last movie.
Oh,
I am vengeance.
Vengeance.
Did he actually say "I am vengeance" or he just said "vengeance" a lot?
I'm
He says-
vengeance.
he says, "I am vengeance" in the first time.
Well, I thought he was like being like kind of dumb and just saying "vengeance."
No,
No,
he says, "I'm vengeance."
I'm vengeance. And then
and it kind of like everyone. It's weird because like everyone else kind of pokes fun at it.
Yes, they did.
Like, and near the end, or up when he's fighting the criminals up on the hangar,
Mm-hmm.
the one guy gets knocked down. Like, who are you? And he's like, "I'm vengeance." So,
yeah.
they just kind of like poke fun at it, the saying the whole time.
I just like the fact that it seems like almost all the reviews were bought and paid for. Like they were like, "It's the greatest movie of all time, Batman."
Yeah,
movie."
that was. It definitely was.
And I'm like, really? It's really not. I can tell. You can just tell. If you've seen all the other Batman movies, or at least a good amount, you know what a good Batman movie looks like.
yeah.
And that's not it.
It's definitely not.
Has there been any like new superheroes created? Like, I'm shocked that they can't come up with new superheroes.
Well, they have new ones, but the ones they're trying to push now tend to be ones that are off-brand. So, like Image Comics.
right?
You know, it's another comic book company. that came out in the 90s.
Right.
And they have a lot of different superheroes there, but they weren't really popular in the comic book world. So
I'm just like surprised that they just keep rehashing Superman, Batman.
Well, I mean, they sell.
well, Batman's it's they already have the formula, so it's kind of hard to deviate from that and not be weird,
Right.
like they tried to do in that last movie.
I'm just like surprised that there's no new.
I mean, think about it. It started in the 30s, so it's going to be really hard to keep making new characters and make them diverse enough that you could sell a book on their own.
Because basically most superheroes are just a combination of America's love for vigilantes and magic.
It's not wrong.
Because we don't know if there's any other aliens in the world, so Superman's basically magic. And Batman never gets shot and killed instantly, so he's magic.
That's
So
true.
he's magic.
He's definitely magic.
He gets shot at by like 5 guys with automatic weapons. Doesn't get even winged once.
Well, because no one aims at his head.
So
Even if you don't aim.
So the newest characters that I can remember that I know of that have come
Static Shock.
out. No, that's older.
That's still 90s, isn't it?
Yeah, 90s. No, I meant in the last maybe 10 so years. Or the new Warriors.
No, that doesn't count.
I don't think Greg knows anything about
That's
this.
the worst thing ever.
So,
Save space, really?
yeah, safe space. So, Marvel, to create new characters, to create for more diverse characters, to help with the PC culture movement, decided to create a new superhero team and add them to there's a team in Marvel called the New Warriors, which is all like younger superheroes, and they're trying to break it in to be able to be Avengers, right? Mm-hmm. Well, to help push the PC agenda and the PC culture thing, they created the New Warriors, and Marvel was so proud of themselves, thinking this was going to be the new big thing, and they were going to hit everybody, and everyone was going to love them. Didn't turn out that way.
The thing that blew my mind is they actually thought that using the literal like terminology
To make
somehow going
superheroes
to be effective.
Yes, no, and it was a really bad idea. So the first one is called Screen Time. He is a meme-obsessed superhero teen. And he got his powers. It's all kinds of like super technology guy. He got his powers from an experimental internet gas. Good old Screen Time.
Right here. A meme-obsessed super teen whose brain became connected to the internet and becoming exposed to his grandfather's experimental internet gas. Quote, unquote.
What is internet gas?
Who knows? It's magic, man. It doesn't have to be explained.
Okay.
All, like the Hulk kind of radiated and didn't like turn into goo. So
He got a nuke blown up in his face. So let's keep going with the magic. The two that really got me were Snowflake and Safe Space. These are their names.
here's the first one on the Marvel website. First line: Snowflake and Safe Space, psychic twins. All twins are psychic. Quote, but we're psychic-er.
Psychic-er.
Yes. Terrible rating.
Snowflake, who is a cryokinetic, can materialize snowflake shuriken projectiles for throwing. Safe Space can materialize pink force fields, but he cannot inhabit them himself. So he can make barriers, but he can't be inside his own barriers.
There was another character called Lifeguard who could do any superpower she wanted as long as she's protecting herself or someone else. So he's like a terrible version of that.
Yeah. It's so unnecessary. B negative.
Okay, let's not go through this.
There's only like two more.
B negative is
He's the child of Michael Morbius. So he's just...
So he's exposed to his blood as a child.
I thought he was the child.
No, a teen living vampire exposed to Michael Morbius' blood as a child in a rogue but life-saving medical procedure. So what Morbius does.
Yes, he's a new Morbius. That one's a little less...
And then Trailblazer just has a magic a bag of holding. On her
Yeah,
back.
a magic backpack.
Okay.
It's like another dimension where you can put stuff.
So this was a legitimate attempt by them. And it received...
No, that wasn't. No, it wasn't.
They're not trying.
legitimate as in...
It wasn't legitimate.
They tried. They did. They put forth the effort, I guess. They made
Okay.
it.
Did they really try? Do you think they really tried?
No, they didn't really try.
Who wrote this anyway?
I don't know. Oh, and then there was the other... Speaking of new superheroes for you, Greg, that they've tried. They did a daughter to Starfire.
To Starfire?
Yes. Do you know who Starfire is, right?
Yes, I know who
Okay.
Starfire is.
So her whole comic was
Oh gosh, this one.
she hates her mom.
No, this one's about Starfire's child.
Yeah, her Starfire's child hates her
Somehow,
mom.
okay. Let me do it.
They show you-
Starfire's kid somehow becomes just a normal, looking, frumpy teen who
Okay.
is transgender.
Yes.
All right.
She is like the most good-looking woman in DC,
And
somehow any kid she has doesn't look anything like her.
yeah, and
Somehow.
the way Tamaranians work is, if you're Tamaranian, you're like genetically built to be a warrior. So it doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. I'm not talking about the character, the kid's character. I'm talking about the whole concept.
Yeah, the whole concept doesn't work. Like, it's supposed to be a genetics thing. Like, Tamaranian genes are like, they go around and when they reproduce, they make more Tamaranians, and they're automatically just
Like,
warrior
if
bodies.
She somehow had a
Right.
kid with some schmuck, some like construction worker. It should come out way better than most humans.
Yes, but it's so weird. It's a very weird comic book, and I was looking into it, and I started reading some of the stuff from it, and it's
Wasn't
just
that a novel? Or is
yeah, and it's just really poorly written. And then when you see the person who wrote it and did it, she looks exactly
Yeah.
like the
daughter.
character,
Like the
the
daughter.
character. Yeah, so she wrote herself into it to.
Well, their mistake is they're not hiring good writers. I just like Starfire and all those characters from.
Back in the day.
No, she's good generally.
Yeah.
The new 52 version was weird, but
So yeah, it's apparently really hard to come up with comic book characters, and the ones they do come up with are really bad. The most they've
the
done.
last time they made good characters in Marvel was back when they did the Young Avengers with Hulkling. I don't know if you ever heard of him.
Yeah, I know who Hulkling is.
And like,
Greg has no idea who Hulkling is.
and like Iron Lad.
Yes.
They're kind of like offshoots of those are good versions of Avengers when
Yes.
you get younger. Unlike Ironheart, I'm a narcissistic teenage super genius for some reason. And I'm
Yeah.
smarter than Tony Stark for no reason also. And I have no empathy for anyone but myself.
Yep.
Okay, so how about Thor: Love and Thunder? How about that?
You gonna see that one?
I mean, if you want me to watch it, I'll watch it with you.
You see the Doctor Strange?
We can still go see it. We just
I don't really need to. I'm just asking you, have you seen it?
not yet.
No.
I was gonna invite you sometime next week to go see it.
Because it was supposed to happen 2 weeks ago, but then
Yeah.
I had the graduation thing.
I had the graduation and then responsibilities.
Quote unquote graduation.
Yeah, I saw the photographs on Facebook. It was weird.
Yes, it was. Trust me.
It's a kindergarten graduation. It's always going to be weird.
Especially in that place.
Yes. But we're not gonna get in that subject.
I'm not.
So Love and Thunder, I'm not as excited for as like
It's like the female version of Thor, right?
yes, and it's going to be weird, and I feel like
I
how
think-
they're going to write it's going to be
Well,
awkward.
they've done it, at least in the movie version, it wasn't a total travesty. It doesn't look like a total travesty. Like
It looks like she's just there, like she's from another
like in the
dimension.
comic book, it was a total travesty. It didn't make any sense.
Yeah,
Like he does his epic storyline, kills the God Butcher, because the God Butcher is before he
Yeah.
loses the hammer
yes,
in the comics, and then all of a sudden he loses all his faith, even though he basically lives millions of years to kill this guy.
yeah, right.
And then all of a sudden, and he remembers all of it because he goes back to his body again, and then he forgets.
Yeah, it was
Really?
It was really bad plot holes for that one.
That just kills me.
Kyle, you're going to watch You Might Be the Killer.
Okay,
You just go with Clockwork Orange.
It's got a 6 out of 10. 60% around tomato.
okay.
Because all the like good ones are the ones that are already known.
Yes.
You know, like Get Out, and all that stuff.
Well,
So,
you haven't seen a lot of movies, so Clockwork Orange is a good one for you.
all right,
Well,
yeah.
Greg's seen a lot of movies, but more the general.
This came out in like 1971. It's about the increase in violence in England at the time.
All right. Yeah,
It's pretty good.
Yeah, that'd
It's
be
also kind of creepy. So.
I was trying to find one that wasn't.
terrible.
Yeah, right. And it has this has one of the higher ratings on it.
What was yours again? Independent.
Independent.
Yes.
So the most popular independent ones are like Get Out and well, you could watch this one. Did you ever see the Imitation Game?
No.
It just doesn't sound like something you'd be into no matter what. It's 1939, newly created British intelligence agency M16 recruits Cambridge mathematics.
Oh yes, I have.
Yeah.
Is that the one with Benedict Cumberbatch?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it with Dan.
Well, that's what I mean. Like it's a.
I've already seen it.
It's
These
the
are-
one where he has the drug that
These are all like.
inhibits his libido and then kills himself.
These are all like the bigger name, like bigger name movies.
All right, so I might be the killer.
You might be the killer.
You might
You might be the killer.
be the killer.
What year did that come out?
Let me see. 2018.
Oh.
So it's not that old.
So I'm more for Wakanda Forever in that. In
I
this
was going to
series.
have you watch The Lighthouse because I watched it. I seen it. It's a little.
So do you have
It's a
anything
little
more about
different.
I have a couple in mind.
some weird anime?
No, I will not. I will not subjugate you to anime. That's just Greg.
You can do
Yeah, he just does that to me.
So
some weird, terrible anime where they have like,
I was debating.
I
eyes
forget
under
what
their
is
chin
his?
and walk on their hands all the time. And
Oh.
I don't know.
Kind of like Beetlejuice, where she puts her eyes in her
Yeah.
fingers.
I was debating, and I'm still debating on.
Does it have to be terrible or something? Or just something I
No, it
wouldn't
doesn't.
like?
Yeah, no, it
No,
doesn't have to
it's-
be terrible.
It doesn't have to be.
Well, that's what I was trying. I was trying not to find
The
something
frowny
too
face can
terrible.
be anything, any
So
genre.
it's
It's just got to be a bad movie from that genre.
Oh, I
Whether
thought it
it's
was
bad
more,
because
I thought it was more
No.
like something I would hate.
Yeah, it could
Well,
be
I mean, it
something
could
you
be
know
that,
you would
yeah, it
hate,
could
or
definitely be
it's
that.
just generally bad.
Right.
And I'm thinking,
Oh, make him watch the one where the girl eats the pie for an hour.
oh, what was that called?
We'll have to ask Cheetah.
Honey, if you're listening, which I know you are because you're criticizing me on Facebook as we talk, please remember what that movie was called. Or, because that was a good one for independent too.
Yeah, but you watched it. Well, we didn't really watch it. I made it like
Um,
20 minutes in.
No, me and Cheetah went through the rest of it.
This girl eats a pie literally for 15 minutes.
It
You
was a
sit
good-
there and watch her
It's a
eat
good
pie for
6-minute clip
for
of
like-
her just eating
Oh, all she
beginning
does-
to
she
end.
just she eats the whole pie,
in depression.
and like depression while her dead. Well, I mean, if you're gonna watch it, I
Yeah,
can't
no.
give away too
Yeah.
much.
That or
So
go.
somehow there's still a plot.
Yeah,
Yes, it's weird.
it's
Are you sure it's not performance art kind of?
Oh wait, Cheetah gave it to us. Want to make sure.
a ghost story.
Is that a metaphor for something?
Yeah. Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
Yep, it's called a ghost
It's
story.
horrible.
All right.
It's called a ghost story, or Ghost Shark.
You just love that movie.
Dude, he just can't get over those movies. It's like I said, that's up his wheelhouse. The whole Winnie the
Ghost
Pooh,
Shark.
Blood and Honey's right up his wheelhouse.
Oh, so I'm gonna debate on between those two.
Now we got another 20 minutes.
Yeah, I think it probably gonna be leading toward a ghost story, just cause.
There's been multiple movies called The Ghost Story, right?
Oh no.
No.
You'll find
Comes
this
out in
one.
2017.
It's on Netflix. You
Alright.
can. It's critically acclaimed.
Was it on Netflix?
I think so.
I'll have to look
We'll find it. Don't worry.
it up. Oh, I'm gonna find it. All right.
Team effort.
I don't mind.
I thought we watched it on Prime.
It might have been.
Either way,
I thought it was a Netflix.
it's a gem of a movie. So a ghost story for Dan.
It's
so-
critically acclaimed.
So I'm watching.
Just remember
You Might
that
Be
while
a
you're watching.
Killer.
You might be a killer.
Dan's watching a ghost story, and you're watching Clockwork Orange.
What is it?
Clockwork
A
Orange.
Clockwork Orange.
A clock.
A Clockwork Orange. Okay.
Yes, that's actually a classic. A lot of people. So I'm
Yeah.
really surprised that you never saw that before.
At least not that I remember. Maybe if I look it up.
So, all right. So let's see. We all. Well, I don't know if Dan, have you watched any of Obi-Wan? Yes or no?
No, he said no.
I don't really need to.
He said
to
no.
be honest.
Yeah, I mean, you read.
I already
most of
know
it.
what the plot's gonna be, and I've seen some like articles about people being racist to the one black lady on it. I guess, and
Well,
you
remember, we're 3 episodes behind, so we don't know.
well, no, this is comments outside the show.
okay.
Oh,
Basically,
okay,
Someone
right.
was doing some comments on I forget where, but then
She's
and then
she's hunting. Her main priority.
and then
is
Ewan
hunting.
McGregor. This is talking about the actress. Ewan McGregor had to do like a call out on the internet saying how great she is and all this other stuff.
Oh, okay.
Had to do damage control.
I guess
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't know.
Mm.
I didn't really look into specifics. I just saw the.
Well, we watched it.
I
We
guess
watched the first episode.
It was
right?
obvious that she was hunting him because she has a
Yeah,
red
she's-
lightsaber. No duh.
She definitely hunting him.
And then they have.
Well, they're all hunting him. They're all hunting.
But they're all hunting
they're all
Jedis,
hunting Jedi's. They're trying to get rid of all the Jedi's.
but she's obsessed with
She
him.
specifically is obsessed with finding
okay.
Obi-Wan.
And I don't know why.
Yeah, it doesn't explain it. I'm sure
We'll
they're going to
get
get. I'm sure they'll get into
explanation
the
later.
That's why
backstory at some
when on
point.
the ride up here when I was talking about why he didn't kill Anakin Skywalker,
It's not the Jedi way.
I'm like his master was one of the few gray Jedi's in existence, which is the guy who does whatever he thinks he needs to do.
Right.
It's not necessarily what powers you use; it's how you use them.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you kill somebody because they're evil, that's not going to make.
Well, you're getting rid of evil at that point, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
So
no.
Obi-Wan's not really. You know how that part in the trailer would talk about, the Jedi can't, not help people.
right.
So Obi-Wan's thing is probably going to be he's going to let him go because if he dies, there's less of a chance of them winning in the long run.
Well,
Anyway.
well, as of now, he's kind of like
As the episode ends, he's starting to get himself involved.
he's
with the side
timid.
plot.
Well, he's timid. I really want to say something else, but so far in this first episode, he's just like
It's not even
he
timid.
avoids confrontation.
Yeah, well, he's trying to
like,
stay undercover, but
Right.
it's more so. Leia gets kidnapped as a child from bounty hunters.
Or they just wanted to mess with
No, they
Oberon or whatever.
no. So these
doesn't
bounty hunters
It doesn't explain why they kidnapped her.
Yes, well, they do. At the end, they showed who hired them. The Inquisitor, the Black Lady Inquisitor that was being defended,
Mhm.
she hired them to kidnap Leia to lure out Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
That's all they give you.
How does she know that?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
How does she know? How does she
know-
know that that's?
They have no.
Yeah.
They have no idea that the father is.
If they wanted to kidnap anybody, it should have been Luke.
Yeah. Well, I don't even think they know that either. See, the whole concept's going to be she knows that Obi-Wan's connected to the
So what's her name? The mother.
the mother or the dad. The dad. It's the dad who is the chancellor or
Uh-huh.
whatever. So I think that's where they're going. Is
'Cause
just because
I
he
know-
knows everyone knows those two were connected during the
Right.
Clone Wars. So I think that's where they're going, and it's just going to be a
'cause
happen
they
to
have
be
to
fun.
go that way because in the first Star Wars, no one knew that Leia was the
Yeah,
daughter of a
right,
Jedi.
right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, that's what I mean. It's what's confusing.
Yes.
So Kyle's correct, probably.
It's
There has to be
some weird
sort of-
plot convenience. Oh, I'm kidnapping this because she's daughter to a famous person that's connected to Obi-Wan.
Or
Right.
could
Oh, it happened to be.
it would be
Yeah,
better
right.
if they actually kidnapped her because her father was one of the only people who was defending the Jedi or something.
Yes. But no, it's just a way for her to get to Obi-Wan for some reason. It's really poorly shown so far.
Because in the way
Will it be good with action scenes? Absolutely. I have a
Oh
good
yeah, I
feeling
think
gonna
it's
be good.
definitely going to be good with that.
But I think this plot's going to be really wonky because every time they've done a plot so far, which is like Rogue One, I didn't like Rogue One.
never seen it.
It would, let me put it like this: it was a good movie, but because of where it takes place in the timeline, it was poorly developed and poorly written, in my opinion, because there was no way you were going to make such interesting characters and then have them survive when they were never mentioned in the rest of the movies.
Well, the thing I find I don't like the ending is because you don't have to kill the people at the end because they're nobodies.
Yeah,
The only thing about them that makes them significant is they have an important job to do.
Yeah.
And they're good at doing it. But they didn't have to die.
they didn't
It
have
wasn't
to.
necessary.
But I knew they were going to because they needed to get rid of him because they're like, what about the blind guy who wanted to be a Jedi? And
Right.
like,
Because on one hand, I find that kind of weird because on one hand they're willing to like basically destroy all the original characters in the sequel trilogy, and then they worry about how some people that no one ever heard of, they'll be like, "What happened to these guys in the regular series?" Right?
Right.
Well, why would they ask about them if they just wanted to destroy the regular characters in the first place?
Right.
So just let them die, let them live. It didn't really matter because Rogue One's kind of like the Star Wars version of a Marvel movie.
Okay.
It was good. It wasn't that great. Kind of knew where it was going.
Yeah.
Forrest Whitaker died.
I think
I like him.
I think most movies are predictable anymore, to be honest.
Yes, that's very true.
I mean,
the
like,
other thing I saw was the visual effects and I saw a meme on it this morning.
you've never been a fan of CGI.
But this wasn't CGI. All their stuff is practical effects they've been trying to do now. So they took a side-by-side comparison. They did a character that looked like Ahsoka Tano from the original 3 movies, the first, second, and third episodes, when they did the really terrible CGI.
Right.
And also a guy from the same race as the Inquisitor, main guy, from the original 2000s. And it just looks so much better from the early 2000s than it does now when they're trying to use the practical effects. Like, all they're doing is painting regular people. And this one, like, they're supposed to be aliens, so they're not supposed to be exact humans with slight discoloration. They're supposed to be physically different, and they're really just not doing that anymore.
It's probably just
Your Star Wars nerd at home said you're incorrect.
With what?
I don't know.
Yeah, man. Try not to say stuff you're not 100% certain about.
I'm true.
Because I always hedge my bets and say, I don't know, maybe.
Oh, okay. But she's talking about the de-aging people with CGI. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like the alien races, that they've been doing all practical effects with the alien races instead of doing a lot of CGI, which I appreciate them doing practical effects, but when it's just a dude that's slightly painted a different color,
right,
it doesn't make you feel like you're with aliens. It just makes you feel like you're just people in cosplay.
Got you.
So I see where she's at. Yes, they do a lot of de-aging with the CGI, aka the what they did with Luke Skywalker and everything else.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So,
but they literally had to do that.
Yeah, they had to.
Definitely.
It wasn't great.
Well, they de-aged the senator too, because it's been about 20 years since that movie came out. So,
was it Jimmy Smits?
I don't know.
Bail Organa, was that the senator you're using? Or?
Yes, that's him.
Jimmy Smits played him.
Okay.
He was on Law and Order or something.
Yes, he was.
Or LA Law.
Yes, he was.
Yes.
You are correct.
Yeah, I am. Got a problem with it?
So I had this talk with someone the other day. And it's going to change the subject, but we do the ADD thing here a lot, so why not?
It's fine.
What is one show that you think sucks that everyone just thinks is the greatest in the world?
Like that?
Or whatever, period. Like a show people talk about that's great. Mine is The Office. I hate The Office so much. I don't think it's funny at all.
I understand.
At all. And like everyone talks about it all the time. Like it's the greatest show on earth. And I watch it and I just sit there and I'm dumbfounded. It's not even funny to me.
I'm with you, man.
I don't find it funny.
I understand why people think it's funny, because it's supposed to be about somebody's being like super serious about crazy weird stuff, or like really enthusiastic about inconsequential things.
Right.
Like they'll get excited because they have the new kind of chips in the dispenser or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
But
like the hokey jokes. Yeah. Like I know what they're trying to create. They're trying to create that uncomfortable, weird.
You ever seen Office Space?
Yes.
You know the Office scenes.
Yeah.
That's The Office.
Yeah, it's not funny. It's not funny. It's not funny at all. I like, and people.
Do you love The Office Space?
And every time I say it, people are like, "What do you mean you just have to watch it again?" I'm like, no, I don't. No, I don't have to watch it again.
I've watched it enough times.
Yeah, right. I've tried a few times. I can't do it.
What about you, Dan?
Any fantasy or science fiction series that I read the books of, I can't watch really. So, Game of Thrones.
Oh,
Okay.
I never watched Game of Thrones.
Well, it was okay for the first 4 seasons. And then,
Really fell off.
See, I didn't like The Office from episode 1.
Well, I didn't like it either. I don't like Steve Carell that much anyway.
Yeah.
So
I think he's all right. Like, he's
Yeah.
not like... I'm not going to sit here and say he's a bad actor, but I don't think he's like the greatest one
no,
either.
I'm not saying he's bad either. I just don't.
I'm trying to think of a show that everyone was like, "This is the greatest thing ever."
Who's everyone? I don't even.
Well, like the most majority of people.
Well, I understand.
Ooh, Stranger Things.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of it either.
That's just a money grab for nostalgia.
It's about us like an 80s.
That's what it's
It's-
supposed
Yeah,
to be.
right, yeah.
It also proves to me that nothing as good has come since like the 90s,
Yeah, it's true.
as far as movies or TV goes.
Yeah.
Most of it's not new, unless it's from Japan, but that's new to us.
Right.
Right.
It's not new to everybody.
I think I watched the first season of Stranger Things, and it was okay. It wasn't like anything like...
So,
I wasn't like excited to see it.
I watched 1 and 2
It's kind of like a weird mashup of
and part of 3, and I was just like,
There's a fourth one out now,
Yeah,
right?
they
There's
just
4
started-
seasons.
I've never actually seen it, but it kind of reminds me of a mashup of like a Steven Spielberg movie and a Stephen King book. Like, mixed
yeah,
together, kind
yeah,
of.
yeah, yeah.
Like weird stuff happens, but sort of actiony, involves a lot of little kids.
Yeah. It's
Steven
almost
Spielberg.
like a twisted version of it.
Kind of.
Yeah. So
I mean, it really is, to be honest.
that sparked up another good one for a show or movie.
Although it does remind me of like a weird show that Kyle loves from the 90s. What was it? Men in Black, the cartoon.
Oh,
He's a big fan of that one. That's not everybody. That's just Kyle. But
Oh,
still,
yeah.
this reminds me.
that's Scott.
I don't really remember it too much.
It's
The Men in Black cartoon
Yeah.
that played on Channel 11 every
It's
morning.
fairly terrible.
Yeah. I didn't really watch it too
It's not
much.
as good as Freakazoid.
But you were always.
I
out
used to
in
love Freakazoid.
the, You were always out in the woods.
Yeah, I was always hunting. What were you going to say now?
With that, with like overblown. How about movies or shows that you would like to see a redoing of? Like ones you think that could be done well now without ruining.
You mean making them better, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Rather than just redoing them because they
Even
want
if
to
they
do
just redid them,
Not a money grab, an actual
Because
like
a lot
even
of
if
these-
they did a money grab, like a show that they could do without ruining it, or do you think could get better with now?
That's a rough one.
Like I was thinking, there's a number of shows from when I was a kid that they can't do anymore, either because the subject matter,
Yeah,
the
right.
subject matters too like truthful
Not
or reality
PC
based,
enough. Not PC enough.
or the concept doesn't really matter anymore. Like I was thinking of like Quantum Leap, for example.
Ooh,
They can't redo that because the reason why it worked is because it was like nostalgia for people in the 50s and 60s. Now you have to do nostalgia for people in the 80s and 90s now.
Which is what everyone's doing already.
yeah.
So why not bring it back?
I think they could do. Quantum
Plus,
Leap.
you have to have a man in drag because it doesn't work otherwise.
I
Yes.
mean,
Because that's
That-
half the things. Because he teleports into he goes in that whatever body.
I was going to say Rocky Horror Show, but they did remake that.
Yes, and it was okay.
Your
It really-
face, his face when he said it, though. It was
Oh,
okay.
Like, it's okay.
like okay, as if really.
Yeah, like it wasn't the worst, but it could have been better.
Why do you need to remake that though? Do
Because
you need to?
money grab. The
What did they just want a Rocky Horror Picture Show with cell phones in it?
no, it was a recomplete done
It
Rocky
was
Horror
still
Picture
set in
Show.
the 70s.
Yes,
Why
Yeah.
bother? Then?
and then even better is what they did was you remember the narrator from the first movie, like when he was like they put oh my god, I forgot his name.
Anyway,
I'm such
You have the internet at the palm of your hand.
you know who I'm talking about though,
No, I don't.
the one who played Dr. Brannifer.
Oh, yeah. What is his name?
Exactly. Dan, don't you sit there and stare at us.
is the guy from Clue?
Yes,
Tim Curry.
Tim Curry.
Ah, yeah.
They had Tim Curry be the narrator in the new one.
Oh, so he was the guy
Yeah.
in Drag in the first
Yeah, he was the
Yes.
original guy. Yeah, right.
I just remember from Clue.
So, what about you? Quantum Leap's actually a good one.
I always
think they
Well, I'm just saying that's one would be worse now, not
could-
better.
you didn't think it would be better? Okay,
It can't be better. How can it get better? I don't understand how it can get better.
that's true. It'd be a hard one to do.
I wasn't necessarily saying bringing it back to be better. I'm bringing it back to.
They might be able to do that.
How about equal or better? Like,
That's what
do
I
you think
mean.
they could
No, that's
redo
what
it
I
in a
mean.
way that it'd still be almost as good?
Well, there's a couple they already redid. They already did Knight Rider before again, didn't they?
I don't know.
Because they still don't have robot cars that can actually artificially intelligent robot cars. So not yet.
Knight Rider. would be
They
all
keep
safe
killing
to say.
people, so it's not happening anytime soon.
I don't know if I have a specific one I want remade.
A live action Thundercats.
It'd be terrible.
It would be.
Oh my gosh! Everything's live action now.
Or a cartoon about gummy bears. You think that would still work?
Like the
cartoon.
Oh, gummy bear.
Not a live action. That would be even creepier than the
Yeah.
Winnie the Pooh thing.
Did you ever see Gummy Bears?
Vaguely remember it.
Ooh,
That was a pretty good show, actually, when you were a kid.
yeah. Quick, drink your gummy juice.
So-
Pew, pew, pew.
It has like vague drug use, but not really drug use. Because it doesn't do anything except give you superpowers for a little
Allows
bit.
you to be bouncy.
Yeah, that's about it.
They drink the special juice that allows them to bounce.
It's kind of like a platformer after a fashion,
I mean,
isn't
if
it?
you think about cartoons as a kid, I mean, I would like to see, like, they did a Rocko's Modern Life movie. I'd like to see the show actually come back. That'd be a cool one to
That
come
would be a
back.
good one. Highlander.
No. No, you don't need that. There's no need to do the
There
Highlander.
can be
Only one. And it came out in the 90s.
The show wasn't good in the first place.
Yes, it was.
The first movie was good. The second movie
But,
was.
like,
Why did they even bother
I'm
that?
trying to think of things as a kid. Like they did try to redo. Like they tried to redo Hellraiser. It wasn't that good.
There was like how many movies?
It wasn't terrible, though, either. It just didn't hit as well as the first one.
Bring back Lawnmower Man.
That would be one I could see.
Highlander.
Yes, Highlander.
And weren't there like 3 of those?
Well, the movie. There's the movies. and the show.
There's 8 movies.
Really?
There was a bunch
that many
afterwards.
movies?
There was a bunch.
Did they all have the first guy in it?
No. After number 3 or 4, we got to Endgame, which replaced with Duncan MacLeod, the guy who played Duncan MacLeod in the.
Yeah.
And then we had a couple more movies after that, and some of the straight to DVD ones that were really terrible, and it got really weird.
Well, the
They
show
got
was
weird
pretty-
after the first one. What do you mean?
The first.
The first 2 were
The
fine.
first couple seasons of the show were actually not bad, but then it got too much into like the
I don't
relationship.
remember the show.
Oh, the show was great.
Because like in the first couple seasons, it was like a duel every episode. So we got their head cut off every time. But then eventually,
they started-
like the powerful people got all the heads.
Yeah,
So
right.
they had to fight each other really hard. And they had plots and trying to.
Yeah, like they did with South Park when they did that through line.
Right.
So to be the that's where they started with the, and what kicked that off was the Four Horsemen storyline.
I just remember it was taking forever for them to get to a duel and cut
Yeah,
off the guys.
that was-
That's all I remember.
The Four Horsemen storyline started that. What they did was do a 3-part episode called the Four Horsemen, and what they were immortals that were really old,
Mhm.
and they band together, all 4 of them, and went on raids,
Right,
and
yeah,
that's where
right.
they came up with the Legends of the Four Horsemen
Got you.
Apocalypse. And that storyline sparked into them trying to do that through a whole season of like, this one guy's just really powerful. He's always skulking around and always like, are they going to duel this week? Nope.
Right.
Oh, there's so many great episodes.
That was the only problem I had with that show. I was like, why did they always have the duel? Why can't you just sneak attack and cut his head off?
There was some guys who did that. There was one guy who just run up, shoot you in the gut, and then cut your head off. Like,
I guess honor.
yeah, honor.
Challenge you to a duel.
I guess that's why they're supposed to make the main character likable because he's not.
What about Macgyver?
There's already a remake.
What?
Yeah, they
I
Came
guess-
out in 2012 or
I
something.
guess I'm watching
2010,
that.
and it stopped in like 2017.
All right.
The A team.
Because I'm watching reruns.
Oh my gosh! Yes, the 18.
Get an old Mr. T in there. Let's go.
No,
No, we'd have to get new guys.
Who do you think would play Mr. T now?
no, that would be. They
Well, they already got somebody.
already had a movie, but that was a long
Yeah.
time ago.
Who?
That was
Rampage Jackson. played
yeah.
in the movie in
Oh.
2010.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I mean, like a show, though.
Yeah,
not,
I know what you mean.
Not a
show.
movie.
I don't know.
That's a hard one.
As long as it's not like Tyrese Gibson for some reason. Because he's always the bald black guy and everything now.
Ram,
Since he's been doing Fast and the Furious, it's like that's the only thing he does. Granted, but still.
I don't know. He was all right in Four Brothers.
Yeah, but that was like 2005.
Yeah, that's true.
He's still the bald black guy in every action movie ever.
Yes,
He
that's
just
true.
stands around and he doubts the plan once, and then he never says anything else the rest of the movie. Then he
I don't
drives
know
around. That's all he does.
I don't know if it's gonna work, y'all. Oh, it worked.
See, that's what he says every time.
I don't know who you get to play him.
Yeah. But come on, Greg. You don't have a show you can think of?
I just rattled off how many.
Oh yeah, that's true.
You don't pay attention to
I meant like one you specifically.
I said Rocco's Modern Life.
Okay.
Are you deaf?
Yes.
Ren and Stimpy. Bring an adult version back of Ren and Stimpy. Let's go. Let's do it. It was
Highlander, obviously.
Yes.
With the ponytails and the freaking and the khakis with like, you know,
the
open shirt
white
collars
sweater, the white super V-neck cut sweaters
with his chest hair and dueling in dress shoes in a parking garage for some
and
reason.
no one else is ever around.
Do they're constantly carrying their swords?
Yes, most of the time that's
Sometimes they have like a musical instrument case. Sometimes,
Yeah.
but most of the time not.
so
Like a bag.
I have such
Like a bag.
Duncan McLeod has like a secret pouch in his coat. Like he's
Not with a sword that size. There's no way.
yeah, it's this big great coat. He goes all the time, and no. There's like 7 episodes where the police happen to pat him down and find it every time, and no one confiscates it. He always gets it back somehow.
I don't know. It's just
There were some good
The
episodes.
first Highlander movie wasn't even that great, actually.
like
because
the
the villain's way too
animated.
stereotypical villainous. He wears black all the time. He cackles a lot,
Yeah, and he has
and
like,
he crushes people's faces, and that's all he does.
you know what movie I liked as a kid? I liked Wishmaster.
Wishmaster was good.
I don't know if they could really redo Wishmaster now.
Oh, they could.
I like the Puppet Master. They're pretty
Oh, those movies. I have
funny. Those are kind of weird. They didn't make any sense because most of the time they're puppets. So I'm like, I don't care if they're magical or not. Just kick them and crush their faces. I'm like,
what's it doing? It's biting my leg. Instead of just going.
that's why I like them. They didn't make any sense.
I was going to say Leprechaun, but they tried to redo that and it was horrible.
Yes.
They have for a while around St. Patrick's Day. They had like a marathon of that.
They still do.
Leprechaun in the Hood.
They got extremely
That had
stupid.
at least tea in it.
They got extremely stupid.
Because he pulled a mini bat out of his afro. And
Well, he
tried
had-
to beat the leprechaun to death.
Well, they had Leprechaun in the Hood, and then they had Leprechaun back to the Hood. Then they had Leprechaun in space. Like they got really.
So it was like around the same time Jason X came out.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
All right. It's pushing 8 o'clock, so we're gonna call this a successful episode.
I get to watch.
We got through
something
it.
about ghosts and pie.
Yep. Yes, you
You're
do.
gonna have a time with that one.
Yes, it is. I'm so happy you got that. So
I don't know why my brain snapped in. That's
making good job, Greg.
Watch the
Go team. So we will catch you next Thursday with me and Andrew for our gaming side of things, where I will have Thief from 2013 done, and he will have whatever game I stuck with him. Oh yeah, Sonic 06. So have a good night. We will see you around.
Bye.